Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're unveiling a mysterious truth about the relationship between technology and politics. Are you ready? This is going to late at night. Ellie drove home and encountered a bouncy car to turn. The system slammed the brakes, but she crashed into a tree. When Cameron saw the news, her mind flashed, Ellie rushing to her in court, like a ghost. Work filled her time, conversation shelved. Back home, Cameron saw Ellie's email, feeling it was from another planet. She needed to talk, but the email was a riddle. In court, Cameron was being rescued by high-energy friend Shiro Alina. Alina reminded her, last year averaged 550 cases/quarter, unfriendly Cameron's court barely passed 300. They wanted a threefold increase next year, and Cameron scoffed, saying, "Is this a task or a test of my IQ?" This is where genius comes into play. Alina revealed someone wanted Cameron to voluntarily propose this project. Seems like they just threw down the gauntlet. Cameron was doubtful but accepted. Next day, she drove to the Genius Center, a peaceful haven far from the hustle. Surrounded by dense forests, Operations Director Howell warmly welcomed her, ready to tell a forest tale. This is Ellie's research center. She hates city noise. Cameron starts reviewing, studying cases meticulously, like building Legos. To her surprise, her judgments lined up perfectly with the Genius system, like they were soulmates. According to the records, 90% of judges shared the same legal understanding as Cameron. Seems like the software was just keeping up with the trends. Cameron met Bryce, the president, who said she was too busy campaigning to introduce herself, like chasing the last bus. She was grateful to Cameron, feeling there was much to learn from her, while Operations Director Howell noted that Bryce was swamped, practically a warrior. Congress had just set up a special committee to discuss algorithmic justice, and election activities were heating up like a pot of boiling soup. To brace for the upcoming storm, they had to get ready ASAP, but Cameron was worried for another reason. Would her review report be used as a political weapon? Howell told her that she would definitely be summoned to testify before Congress, not just Congress, but even the government and associations would be eyeing. She had just the qualities they were after: integrity, professionalism, independence, and precise judgment. She was practically their golden ticket. Facing energy tycoons, Cameron was under scrutiny, becoming the public symbol without realizing it. She knew she was being pushed to the center stage step by step, until Howell mentioned that Ellie had included her in a plot twist worthy of a blockbuster. That night, Cameron returned home. In the elevator, the host asked the Genius Director about curiosity over victims' and suspects' emotions. Besides the details in their words and tone, even descriptions of their own actions could hint at anger and fear, a true emotional reveal. This super genius system, however, wasn't outdone, mimicking human emotions, like psychological warfare. Once the referendum is successfully passed, all AI-assisted judgments would hold undeniable legal weight, a truly awe-inspiring tech revolution in the legal field. Cameron knew this. Once the bill passed, genius judgments would no longer be suggestions, but hard regulations. A member of the Judges Association, IFL, found Cameron, and days later, Congress held the algorithmic justice hearing. The atmosphere felt like a nail-biting contest. They wanted Cameron to attend, but she refused, not wanting to be the center of this whirlwind. IFL shared a rumor that Ellie had tried to stop the Genius system from launching, only to end up in an accident. Sounded like a bad joke. Self-driving cars are not commonly involved in accidents, but Cameron began to sense that Ellie's death might not be as straightforward as it initially appeared. As a result, she continued to delve deeper into more cases and came across a woman who had been accused of murder. The evidence was full of contradictions. Both the Genius system and Cameron found her innocent, while the local court decided otherwise. What a comedy. Cameron was shocked. Just a week after Ellie's death, she was confronting such a significant issue, a real plot twist. Sophia said they had a timeline. Cameron asked about Bryce and Ellie. Sophia replied they broke up peacefully like a drama scene. Cameron asked Director Howell about Ellie's accident. Howell said he'd wait for the judge's findings like summer vacation. The Genius had already reached a conclusion, but the case was under confidential investigation, so he couldn't divulge such a nail-biter. Finally, Howell agreed to show the footage, which reveals Ellie's car encountering an uninvited guest after a corner. The cost estimate attempted to avoid but failed, and he explained this was the best choice the system could make, trying to protect the precious cargo inside. The system made this decision based on algorithms, sacrificing one to save two, a true demonstration of genius in action. It chose sacrifice, and the court showcased this reasonable judgment. The spokesperson for Vincent quickly responded, as if they felt they'd be gobbled up. Algorithms treat all equally, every life is invaluable. News sparked wild market reaction, like court dynamite. This turned the referendum on whether machines could judge humans into the spotlight, sparking a fantastic debate. Cameron delved into Ellie's death, contacting Vincent's safety director Carlos, like seeking lost treasure. However, this investigation ended in failure. Cameron kept reviewing more cases, like a detective piecing together clues. This time, she keenly noticed that Case 1 and Case 3 had strikingly similar criminal natures and backgrounds. Yet the verdicts were night and day apart, like mixing up a potted plant with a rubber tree. Sophia explained that the system evaluates each individual's history to determine different levels of judgment. Cameron was unsatisfied with this and questioned what criteria the system was based on to evaluate historical factors, as well as who had determined the weight of each indicator. Ultimately, she found Bryce, who, faced with Cameron's questions, repeated the same lines like a delivery guy. The Genius judgment standard is based on each individual's potential impact on society, whereas the law can treat everyone equal. When Cameron questioned if algorithms were commercial secrets, Bryce confidently replied, "You two must make judgment." What a clever dodge.